మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ వారి గోల్డ్ ప్రామిస్ తో కురుస్తోంది బంగారు నాణాల వర్షం. గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్ ఆభరణాలు కొనుగోలు చేసి బంగారు నాణాలని ఉచితంగా తప్పకుండా పొందండి. త్వరపడండి, మీ దగ్గరలోని స్టోర్ కి వెళ్లి ప్రత్యేకమైన జ్యువెలరీ కలెక్షన్ ని ప్రత్యేకమైన ధరల్లో పొందండి. కేవలం మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ తో మాత్రమే.
మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూజెర్సీ కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27 నుంచి మే 29 వరకు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. మత్తెక్కించే మాటలు, ఆకట్టుకునే ఆటలు, పల్లవించే పాటలు,
కన్నులాంటి కన్నులున్న చిన్నులాంటి పిల్ల, ఐ లవ్ యూ హారిక, నీ ప్రేమకే జోహారిక,
రూతలూగించే నృత్యాలు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి ప్రత్యేక ఆకర్షణగా నిలవనున్నాయి. రసమయి బృందం జానపదాలు, పల్లె పదాలతో అలరించనుంది. మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి సుమా రవి తమ యాంకరింగ్ తో మరింత ఆకర్షణ తీసుకురానున్నారు. రాక్ స్టార్ దేవిశ్రీ ప్రసాద్ ఆధ్వర్యంలో ప్రముఖ గాయని గీతామాధురి, గాయని గాయకుల బృందం సంగీత విభావరి వీణుల విందుగా వినిపించనుంది. సుస్వరాల సునీత గానం మరో ప్రత్యేకం. కప్రిషియో బ్యాండ్ బాజా మోగనుంది. ఈవెంట్ లో నవ్వులు రువ్వే అదిరే అభి, రాకెట్ రాఘవ, జబర్దస్త్ కామెడీ షో స్పెషల్ అట్రాక్షన్. కమనీయంగా రమణీయంగా యాదాద్రి కళ్యాణం నిర్వహించనున్నారు. టీటీఏ స్టార్ హంటుతో పాటు ప్రేక్షకులకు కనువిందు చేసే ఎన్నో ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు మీకోసం. మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ అందరికీ సాదర స్వాగతం పలుకుతోంది. For more details, please visit www.tta.
Tvasiatelugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome to our talk show with experts Sunday. I first want to take a minute to apologize to all our viewers. So sorry, we had a lot of technical issues going on, but we are back on live now, and thank you so much for being so patient, Randy Mato, and for waiting, and we'll make sure that your time has not been wasted and your questions are all answered. So thanks, heartfelt thanks again. Rahul Garu, thank you so much again for being on the show today, Andy.
Thank you for inviting me, Garu.
This program has been brought to you by Malabar Jewelers and Movers.com. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BBTV, and Dish Network. So without further wasting any time, let's go to the topic, Andy. Rahul Garu, when should we start the process for green card? Can you elaborate?
Day one, Andy. Day one, people coming to United States.
Okay.
You'll be very surprised. I always correlate myself with the rest of the people who are audiences because I came here on a non-immigrant visa. Right. On the first day where I came into the United States in April of 1993 though, I was really confused. It was not getting dark. It was still 8:30. I landed at about 4:30, airport and all those things. But the next day, I actually saw some advertisements in the newspaper. I called an immigration lawyer. I asked him, when can I get the green card? How do I get the green card? That was the next day I came into the United States.
Oh, wow.
And what happened with my wife, she got the green card very early. The people who waited for a long period of time, it took them 7 to 9 years for them to get it. This is in 1993. Because the prior date went back in 1996. That's when I got the green card though.
Okay.
So it went back. So you never know. So my advice to people is that they should try to apply for the green card at the earliest occasion that they can probably get it though. Okay. So if you come here on H1 visa though, you should try to do it immediately. And so anything where you have an employer willing to offer you an employment, offer the green card, you should try to take the opportunity and apply for the green card immediately.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. And I'm going to be asking like a series of questions, Andy, because Rahul Garu, we have a combination of, mixture of viewers in different statuses and matter. So quickly, can a person on F1 apply for a green card?
Yes, absolutely. They can. They don't need to even have an OPT. If the employer is there, you can apply for the green card and F1 visa. If you're an OPT, you can apply on green card. You can, if you're in STEM extension, you can apply the green card. Hey, by the way, even if you're an F2, you can apply for the green card.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And can a person on H4 also apply for a green card?
This is a surprising thing. A lot of people don't know that the H4s can apply for the green card too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
H4 EADs can apply, H4s can apply. A lot of people, some people, what they do, Nitya Garu, that they move from H1 to H4 because they maxed out on the 6 years, because they didn't follow our principles. Remember, apply for the green card as soon as possible. So they move to H4 because they think that that's the only option. On H4, they can apply for the green card, and once their I-140 is approved without subject to the cap, they can move back to the H1B.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. We didn't know that. All right. And also, quickly, should a person be working with the company that is filing for a green card, Andy?
Not needed. Not needed.
Okay.
There is, people are getting confused in it. The whole employment green card purpose is the offer of employment. Whether you are employed with the company or not does not matter. What it matters is that, is there an offer of employment? That's all it matters for you.
Okay. Can we also file for a green card while we are in India or Canada?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
You can. There's no need that you have to be working for the company. There's no need you have to be in United States for filing for the green card. So for example, Andy, a lot of the big company people that I would not like to name, they are not filing the green cards. So for example, if their 6 years term is over, they went back to India, they can apply for the I-140, get an I-140 and come back to United States without subject to the cap. Because as you know, Nitya Garu, that H-1B is only limited for 6 years. So if these people have completed the 6 years, they go back, they stay for 1 year, they apply in the lottery, the chances of getting is less than 25%. And that too, they have to wait in March, in October is the date. I mean, how many employers will be willing to do that? It will be very rare. So the best option for them is to find an employer to apply for the green card, get an I-140 approved, then take a H-1B and come in without subject to the lottery. So that's a good question that you asked.
Thank you, Andy. Also, sir, just moving away from our topic for today, I just wanted to see if you have any information on this. This is about the Chicago airport. We've been hearing that there are many people who are getting deported from the Chicago airport. Can you comment on this, please? Yeah,
actually, we made a big video on just Chicago airport alone, though.
Okay.
The kinds of people that are getting deported is what we notice that if there is any discrepancy in the resume that they have ever presented to any employer,
okay,
we have seen them getting deported.
Okay, but why Chicago, and what is the reason?
I have no clue why.
Okay.
I have no clue why. Why only Chicago? Why not the other airports? I don't know. Every time I get a call in an odd timing or Saturday and Sunday, the phone rings 2 or 3 times, I know there is a problem in Chicago. 50% of the time it happens to be Chicago. As I said, resume is the one thing there. How you may ask a question, how do they know when the resume was being sent to Coca-Cola company through a consulting company?
Right.
So what they are looking is that they normally check the WhatsApp.
Really?
Yeah, they check the WhatsApp. And I think so the word that they're using normally is called proxy. That's one word that they're using it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So they search it in your WhatsApp and then search it with the proxy word. And there are many different things that they do, though. That's one of the word I'm telling you what they search for.
Okay.
And there also, I've noticed that especially if there is any employment, for example, if any of the students may have worked in a restaurant or in a grocery store or something like that, they are looking into very deeply, though. One guy who got deported, this guy was wanting to own a grocery store.
Okay.
He's an H-1B working in Atlanta, and he went to LA just to take a look into what a grocery store looked into. But the officer mistook that he's been working there and then deported him.
Oh my God.
So of course, we were able to successfully get him back on H-1B because we were able to argue that he did not work. But yeah, they're checking the WhatsApp. That's one thing that they're checking very frequently. They may also check your emails at the time when you're entering into the United States. So yeah, if you have any issues you need to discuss, with the lawyer, and if you can avoid Chicago airport, because for example, this particular gentleman who was only trying to inquire to buy a grocery store, which is perfectly allowed on the H-1B though. He's not trying to work there. He just went in to check, because when you buy a restaurant, when you buy a thing, you try to go in to look into who is coming in the daytime, who's coming in the nighttime, what's the thing, what is the business, and all those things. And this guy got deported because of that. So you may want to be careful in what you're speaking, what you have in your WhatsApp, what you have in your email before you come into Chicago airport.
Rahul, is it even legal for them to look through our emails and WhatsApp?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. Because I think a lot of people would be under the assumption that nobody has access to our information, or our
and
email.
sometimes we're very surprised. Do they have access after you give them the access, or did they have an access even before you give them? You want to watch some of the movies called Enemy of the State, made 20 years ago. At that time, the technology was completely different. And then also, please hear what Snowden is telling about what the government of USA is doing. Everything what we speak, everything what we send an email to, everything what we text. Snowden says that even when your cell phone is off, it is actually recording the things. And he says that it's been sent to the US government. And simple logic, what he told, I mean, we are not technology. You are, I'm not. Simple logic, what he said in our word is that if you are calling my number, that means that my cell is not sleeping. It's always waiting for a call. It's always waiting for a call, right? So how is it sleeping? It's not sleeping. It's actually sending messages to the towers which are nearby at all times that this is Rahul Reddy's phone. I'm here. How do you assume that your cell phone is sleeping? We have lost the ground of privacy. Now that's a different topic though, but be aware that if my cell phone, if somebody is calling it directly, how does it know? I mean, it has to come to my cell phone. It's every time sending a message to the towers nearby. Rahul Reddy's phone is here, right in this particular address. Then when you call it, it comes in. So it means my phone is not sleeping at any point of time. So the same thing is true for your phone and every phone, and we don't know what they are recording, what they are catching. A lot of times what I believe is that they already have the specific information. When we look into the sheet, that I-72 sheets that they give when they send them back, we look into that sheet that this guy worked in that particular grocery store at that particular time. And how do they know? Why did they open this guy? Why not the rest of the people? So there may be that they may have information before. So I don't know what Chicago has more than other people, or they're trying to implement more. I don't know. But Chicago, as you pointed, is the worst airport.
Okay. Something to be aware of though. But thank you, Rahul Garu. And on that note, let's start taking our callers for the day, Andy. Let's take our first caller for the day. Caller with phone number ending in 0371. We're ready for you. Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 0371, Andy. We're ready for you. Hello? Okay, please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. In the meantime, Rahul Garu, I have a question for you. This is from Janwar Harish. EB3 2014 received renewed EAD recently without advance parole. I live in US Virgin Islands and I want to travel to the US mainland. Can I travel without advance parole and come back? Will this have any negative impact?
US Virgin Islands is a part of the United States though.
Okay.
So for you to travel from there, or from traveling from United States, US Virgin Island, and also some other things like Puerto Rico, you do not need any advance parole to come into the United States.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Again, let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with the phone number ending in 2839. We ready for you? Caller with phone number ending in 2839. Hello?
Hello, Nitya garu, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, Rahul and Nitya garu. Thanks a lot for helping the community, Andy.
Thank you, sir.
On December 2020, EB2 to EB3 downgrader, and I am documentary qualified, and
what's your priority date?
Sorry?
What is your priority
The
date?
priority date is June 6, 2011.
Okay.
And my file was moved from Nebraska to NBC, National Benefit Center, on October 22nd, 2021. And after repeated SRs in the month of January 2022, February and March, I received an email just 15 days back from non-local office in Florida saying that my file was moved from National Benefit Center to Florida field office on March 22nd, and that I can expect and the application is under review, and they will notify us within 13 to 16 days for completion of the review and direct correspondence to the constituents. So what can I expect from this, sir?
One thing is that I do not want to believe they're 13 to 16 days, though. Definitely not. Though.
30 to 60. 30 to 60.
30 to 60. I may not have, I do not want to go with that, definitely, though. But it's a good news that your file has been moved to a non-local office. I just want to explain to the rest of the audiences what non-local office means. Most probably he's living in California, but his application has been sent to Florida office. That happens very frequently, which is a good news, actually. Okay. They can adjudicate the application without the interview. So it's definitely a good news. It could happen within 30 to 60 days, but at the most, though, I would give you 120 days. That's for 98% of the people.
Okay, sir. The reason being, like, if they keep on postponing the things with the intention to adjudicate them during the last quarter, and one more thing is, sir, my question was like, we submitted the medicals when we applied for it. Do you think that they will ask for the latest medicals again, which is time consuming?
No, they won't. You're good. They won't ask for the latest ones.
Okay, thanks a lot, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, thank you so much for calling, Andy.
Thanks, Nitya Garu.
Thank you, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, Rahul Garu's question for you, this is from Satish. He says, my EB1C priority date 1st Feb 21, EAD advanced parole have been approved, NSC, I140 not approved, Texas Service Center. I see the I-140 approved for others in Texas Service Center with priority date of 28th April of 21. Why is the Texas Service Center not following any order or queue for approval?
It's not just Texas Service Center, though. It's all service center, all places. They don't go with the first come, first serve, though.
Right.
Even though in a statement written by the USCIS director, Jadoo, to the 39 Congress members who have written on behalf of us, because of all of you guys were writing letters, 39 congressmen, men, and one from your Atlanta took the lead, actually, to draft the letter and send it. She responded saying that they give preference to first come and first serve. Bad. That's not true. And I don't know how to make them work first come, first serve, though. They don't go by that. So at this point of time, your EB1C I-140 has still not crossed the processing time according to the I-140 of Texas Service Center. So you may have to wait for your turn. And if it by any chance cross the service center time, though, then at that point of time, you can put a congressional inquiry or probably go with an ombudsman inquiry.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 1709. We're ready for you, Andy. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Caller with phone number ending in 1709. Hello?
Hello, Nitya Garu.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu. Thank you very much, Andy, for supporting. My name is Venugopal Reddy. So, sir, my question is, I'm in New Jersey. I'm just trying, my current date is 2014 October. I'm trying to submit my packet document. So the confusion is, what should I send to?
You mean to say you're trying to submit the 485 application?
485 application, right. So should I submit to Chicago, IL, or it's Louisville, Texas?
I can't remember, though, because I can't remember all the states. It's in the sheet. I don't have it in front of me. To my knowledge, though, definitely not Louisville. But are you trying to do by yourself, though?
Right.
Submit the 481. I would strongly recommend against it, though. I would strongly recommend against it, okay? But I know for sure that New Jersey does not come under the Louisville address. That's what I can say. But there are two other addresses. One is Chicago, then one is Phoenix. I don't know which one it comes under. Okay?
Okay, right.
We'll go to the next call.
One more question.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, regarding I-94, so I came in 2019. When I go for that online, so it shows my the older date, and whereas it's because I never went outside of that. So should I? Is it okay? Can we keep that copy, or should I keep a latest copy from I-797, which shows?
You keep both, though, and look at both the I-94 numbers. It will be the same, though. The current I-94 that you got, keep both, though. Not just one. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Unmesh Kulkarni. Says EB3, November of 2014, applied for adjustment of status in October of 2020, received my AOS EAD. My son is 13 years old. Can I marry my AOS EAD if priority date does not become current by the time my son turns 21? Can he switch to an F1?
If I were you, I would definitely get married to the adjustment of status, because 13 years is almost like 8 years for him, now a final action date not getting current at any point of time.
Right.
But if that unfortunate situation comes in 8 years, though, there are ways out. I mean, you can get your son or your child divorced from this application. The only thing the child has to do at that point of time is that they have to go outside the country to get the stamping of the F1 visa. That's the only extra step they need to do. Yes, it's a little bit tough for the kid to get that stamping done outside the country. It's not going to be that easy. But when we have noticed people like this who have been in adjustment of status, who went there to get the stamping, especially who have had a high school education in United States, so we haven't seen any denials in the consulate yet.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's get our next caller online, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 1443. We're ready for you now. Caller with number ending in 1443. Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead. Sir, star 600 to unmute your line. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure, Andy.
Yeah, I have a question regarding my career path and the impact on 485. So I work for a state university, been working there for about 10 years. And I joined as a software developer for a research department. And they filed my EB2 and EB3. And my priority date is April 2014. Now, I finished my PhD and I got an offer to join as an assistant professor. So I wanted to check if I take that offer, will that impact on my EB2, which I'm about to file once the date gets current?
Well, your date is current, is right? You said it's April 2014.
Oh, I'm sorry, in the final action date.
But did you file the 485 yet, or you did not?
I filed under 480, under EB3, and under EB2 I have not filed yet.
Yeah, it will affect though, because the software developer and assistant professor job duties are not similar though. Even they may fall into the similar broader definition of the IT field, though it will be very hard to justify that a assistant professor is the same as software developer. I would not at this point of time would move to an assistant professor's job.
Okay.
The other thing that you can consider is that since you have completed the doctorate degree, could they file your EB1C and get the EB1C approved before you join the company? The one problem with the EB1C for the assistant professor is it a tenured position or is it a non-tenured position?
It's a tenured position.
they can file a EB1C application, and then you can do a premium processing, get the EB1C approved, since it's a tenured position, and then you can kick out this adjustment of status, file a new adjustment of status if you're maintaining the non-immigrant status.
Okay.
But relying on this EB3 or EB2 is very risky for you. Next person, please.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
The other question I have is, I'm sorry, one last question, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
My wife is on H4. She's working, and I have a concurrent H1. I wanted to check if I can extend her H4 and H4 EAD based on the concurrent H1, because my primary expires in 3-4 months, but my concurrent H1 is extended for about 3 years.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Absolutely, you can. We'll go to the next call.
Even I got the approval, then I can file the H4. I can send it now.
Yeah, you can. You can file for the H4 plus EAD right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Rahul Garu, just a question, based on our topic, Andy, about the, processing for green card and stuff. Is there a scenario where someone can sponsor their own green card without needing to have an employer?
Yes,
Okay.
there are multiple scenarios. One is called EB1A category, which is extraordinary ability.
Okay.
Typically, there are 10 requirements. If you meet 3 of those requirements, you're good. These are like high, especially if you have some patents, a lot of patents. Normally, I search them in Google Scholar. That's the typical word. So I'll have to look into Google Scholar to see. The citation should be, my thing is at least 30 citations should be there. These are professional articles that need to be there. And then those are the things. That's called EB1A, extraordinary ability.
Okay.
They don't need any employer. The second category is called national interest waiver.
Okay.
They come under EB2 category, but they don't need any employer to sponsor themselves in the EB2 category. They can do it by themselves. They don't need any employer. These are the 2 categories that you can fit into if you want to self-sponsor yourself.
Okay.
EB1B requires that the company or the organization should sponsor. And these universities normally have a rule. I mean, is it a tenured position? What I was being told about tenured position is that your 10 years of the salary is put in the bank for you to be taken for the next 10 years.
Oh, okay.
That's considered, I mean, I may be a little bit off here, that's considered to be a tenured position. So when university is sponsoring these people, though, that's the first question that comes. Is it a tenured position or a non-tenured position? So the gentleman he must be extraordinary to get into. He should even try the EB1A category also.
Okay.
The way he was talking, because he's doing multiple jobs, has a doctorate degree, got an assistant professor job with a 10-year position. So if the company doesn't want to file it, he can do it by EB1A category. Yeah, that's the right question you asked me.
Interesting. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 8253. We're ready for you now. 8253, Andy. Hello?
Yeah, yes. Hi, Nitya. Hi, Rahul. Thanks for taking my call.
Hello, sir. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Rahul, I have one question, an interesting question. Actually, we had our GC interview last week, about 10 days ago. And at that interview, we requested for interfile right there and then. And officer seemed was very nice, very cooperative, and he accepted. Pretty much, he said he would need to generate the receipt number before he could look into it more. And he understood everything. And then we said, okay, he didn't make any decision. And pretty much we were just waiting for 1 week after the interview. And then we just recently, yesterday, as a matter of fact, we received the RFE on that interfile, which is supplement J pretty much. And the RFE says that on the supplement J, there were like signature is missing from all the key parties. And that supplement J was also attached as part of the RFE. And we looked at it and we realized that, yes, true, the signatures were missing. And then we realized that the day before we had an interview, we had the supplement J from our attorney and from my company's attorney.
Well,
and then we had like back and forth.
Yeah, your officer seems to be a very nice officer. He sent an RFP very fast to you, which is very good for you. Technically, if they don't see an employer and employee signature there, they're not supposed to approve it. So he sent an article, which is a good thing for you. Submit, respond to that. He's actually doing a very good job for you.
Correct. Yeah, no, we saw him and it was very nice. He made us like comfortable, saying why.
Yeah, but I got the point. But what is your issue right now? What is your question now?
My question, yeah. So the signatures were missing, and then we realized that why the signatures were missing. We had like 4 or 5 different versions.
Okay,
came from my attorney.
No. That's not the issue. That's not the issue right now. They are saying signatures are missing. Why you're missing is irrespective. Get the signatures and submit the 485J.
No, that's right. So now my question is, we had the signature pages, but those pages are like, the signature date is like 10 days ago or the day before the interview. Can we still use those pages and submit that supplement J?
I would get a fresh dated signed. If you have a doubt, okay, don't play it at Jeff and I. Get a fresh dated signed. Why are you so much worried about sending the old ones? Okay.
No, because I had the old ones, so I figure I was trying to see if I can
get the fresh ones. Next person, please.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. And
sorry, sometimes I have to emphasize the right thing, right?
All right.
Well, if they're asking something, just give them that.
Yeah.
And if there is an edge of a knife, don't argue with them. Don't look at them. Get the fresh ones. Give it to them. That's it. End of the story.
Yeah, because it's in our best interest that we just move forward. Yeah, it's all good. Thank you, sir. Let's one question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from PA1BT. Sounds like a ticket number. Says received RFE for medicals to be submitted. I think this was the same person. No. Received RFE for medicals to be submitted, even though it was submitted with originals. Can we submit primary and derivatives in a single mail, or does it need to be separate?
Submit in the single mail. It would be much better that you submit it in the single mail. And the same question, Nitya Garu, they submitted it, still they're asking it, submit them again. Don't ask them, we submitted, here is the evidence and all those things. It's not worth for you. Okay? You can argue, just resubmit it. There are some times where we miss the deadlines because of their mistake or so. We have to make an argument at that time. This is not the time of argument. But he asked the right question though. Always submit all the family members because it's adjudicated by the same officer. So if it gets in one package, it goes directly to the file. So I normally will recommend strongly to submit along with all the family package together.
Okay, perfect, Andy. Thank you, sir. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 7075. We're ready for you. *6 Andy to unmute your line. Hello?
Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Nitya. Hi, and Rahul. So my priority date is September 23rd, 2013. EB3 downgrade was done in October 2020. So my application is still stuck at Nebraska. I recently heard that Nebraska and Texas Service Center will no longer be adjudicating any EB visas, and everything will be transferred to NBC. So my case is still stuck at Nebraska. It hasn't been picked up. So I'm thinking to refile my 485 under EB2. I have my EB2 already approved. So wanted to check if this is a right approach, like to file a new 485 under EB2 in May, because I'm still current under filing, not in the final action date.
Okay, you're in September of 2013. Yeah, it's very hard to say which is a better option, refiling or interfiling, which is a better option. Because one of the problems with the interfile is that we haven't had any good news for the interfiling. At least not many approvals have come in on the interfiling. For the refiles, for the ones that we did recently, though, we already started getting the approvals of the refiles. Definitely there is an extra cost involved in refiling. So that if the cost is not a big factor, though, probably refiling may be a better option. But please note that either refiling or interfiling, you'll have to wait for 180 days before you move to a different company. And for refiling, you must have maintained the non-immigrant status. If you don't maintain the non-immigrant status, interfiling is a better option for you.
Okay, yeah, I'm still under H1B. So my second question is, so I will have to bear the cost for the refiling, but my company is open to bear the cost for interfiling. So I'm thinking to refile my application in May and then interfile through my company for my old petition, which was under EB3. In that case, I will have two files under EB3.
I know.
Or should I just...
I know, but if you're refiling though, hold on interfiling at least for a couple of months, at least for 2 or 3 more weeks. So, and keep coming to our TV Asia show. We will update you what's going on. Right now, we haven't seen very many great results for interfiling though. Why I say is that, who knows? What if the EB3 moves forward? That's one thing.
Yeah.
If they're pulling out all the interfiling cases and approving it though, then I will tell you, go ahead interfile. But if they are not doing it, just hold on for a while. Because if you may want to go in 2 boards, one is EB3 and EB2. You already paid for it. So I would not like to take your leg off from the other board and come only on this board though. So I would recommend not to interfile right now. Wait for 2 or 3 more weeks and keep watching TV Asia. We may change our opinion based on the circumstances.
Yeah.
But all the refiles are going to NBC, is that correct?
I can't see anything that is going to Texas or national benefit, Texas or Nebraska. In the past 3 months, we have not noticed a single file going to Nebraska or Texas. All of them went to national benefit centers.
Okay.
Next
Sounds
question.
good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And question, this is from Surbhi Barmandi. Says, can I apply for Canada Electronic Travel Authorization, ETA, as soon as I get my GC, or should I give it a couple of weeks and then apply for ETA?
She can apply as soon as possible. She doesn't have to wait.
Okay. All right. Then moving on to a caller. Caller with phone number ending in 0927. We're ready for you. Caller with phone number ending in 0927. Please press star 600 to unmute your line. Hello? Hello? All right, let's place this caller on hold and take another caller and try to come back to this caller again. Caller with phone number ending in 3963. We're ready for you, Andy. Hello? Hello? Star 600 to unmute your line. Please press star 6. Caller with phone number ending in 3963, Andy. All right, question. This is, hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, great. Actually, I have a question like, like I have to travel to India and it's been a long time I've gone to India. It's been more than 14 years for me. Like I right now on I-140 process. So I was thinking like, is it a good idea? Because actually my father is a little critical in situation right now and he has got some medical problems. So, is it good to go now or, is there going to be any problem?
When you say I-140, what's going on with the I-140? You're filing an I-140?
Yeah, I already filed I-140 and it's been approved. And when waiting for the current date, like my priority date is June 2018.
If there is any time going into India for stamping though, this is the best ever time to go to India for stamping though, if you get an appointment online. The reason is that right now you are eligible for Dropbox. You know what a Dropbox is?
Yeah, but I checked for the eligibility. They said like I have to enter into, I'm not eligible actually. They said after 2008 those were entered, but I entered 2007.
I forgot the rule. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's still, just because you haven't, I forgot that rule. Sorry, thank you for reminding. I mean, it's always good to be educated. I do get educated in these things. Yeah, I forgot the 2008 rule. So definitely you have to go for stamping, but still, this is a very good time. We are not noticing very many denials coming from the consulate right now. And just because your I-140 is already approved will not have any negative impact, none whatsoever at all, for you in getting the H1 stamping.
Okay. Actually, it came in the United States as an F1, later converted to H1.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't see. You are as safe as anybody can be for going for H1B stamping.
Okay. Okay.
Next.
And
We'll go
what
to
about
next
my
one.
wife who is in H4? Will not, do you suggest us both going together, or only one of us go there and then wait till I get
It
approval and then
doesn't,
later
it
she can
doesn't
come?
give any advantage. It doesn't give any disadvantage, whether you go together or whether you go separately.
Okay.
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 We'll go to the next call.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's
Thank you.
take our next caller. And in the meantime, question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from H1 Bro. Says I-140 was picked in premium, which means ETA form retrieved from archives to accept premium. Then what's the reason they're asking for the 9089 again? Please advise, are they asking for a new perm or are they looking for a copy of the old perm certification from us?
The new perm is not with you. It's already with the immigration though.
Okay.
Still, file the perm labor certification. One other trick that I will suggest you is that, because if you send them the perm application though, they sometimes may doubt, is it original or not?
Okay.
What I normally do is that I go to Freedom of Information though. I file a FYA USCIS that application. And believe me, what happens there? There you get the labor certification.
Right.
I provide that labor certification to them that they have given to me in the email, saying that, look, this is when I requested the Freedom of Information. This is what you gave it to me from your archives.
Yeah.
I send it to them though.
Okay. And that's foolproof. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's going to be more foolproof, because if you submit a copy of it though, then they may, okay, let me retrieve it, and their retrieval method, I don't know why it takes so much time for them to retrieve. If we do the FOIA USCIS retrieval, it takes 3 weeks for us to get it. They can't retrieve it. I don't know why. So I would normally get it FOIA USCIS and retrieve it there. You go online, you fill it out, ask for a copy of the I-140 petition, you get the labor certification. Then you turn and keep it in there saying, here is what I got from USCIS that you're telling you don't have it.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 6766. We're ready for you. Caller with number ending in 6766. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 6766.
If ever anybody wants to know how to handle the immigration though, I want them to watch the Bucks Life advertisement though. Where all the, ants are going in line, all of a sudden leaf falls there. And then, what do I do? What do I do? And then the crisis management will come and goes across it. And with the USCIS officials, we have to handle them in the same fashion though. Nothing different. We have to just give them perfect guidance. You do anything different, they won't understand it.
Right. All right. So we'll attempt the caller again. And then we have another caller online, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 8000. We're ready for you. Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Sure. Thank you very much for taking my question.
Sure.
My adjustment of status case has been transferred to, it seems like, another service center. And I just wanted to know, in your view, like, what's the general trend you're seeing, like how soon they are getting approved and how soon are we getting, like, just an estimate, the green cards?
When there are two different things here, though. Is it being transferred to the National Benefit Center? Is it transferred to the local office, though? If it's been transferred to the National Benefit Center, though, then it may take anywhere between 30 days to almost 180 days for a typical case to be adjudicated, though. But if it's been sent to the local office, like the other gentleman was telling, to Florida office or to some district offices, though, the process of approval there is anywhere between 15 days to about 90 to 120 days, though. Okay? Most of the cases.
So from that,
in your case,
it doesn't tell clearly where it has been transferred.
If it doesn't tell, though, it most probably is National Benefit Center. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
We'll go to the next.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's try our next caller. And Uma Girish has a question. Says, helping an elderly relative who got a non-expiring GC in 1980. Can he apply for US citizenship with the non-expiring GC, or should he convert it to expiring GC and then apply?
They can apply for the green citizenship without applying for the renewal, but I strongly suggest that they should do both the things at the same time.
Sir, we've never heard of this non-expiring GC.
Yeah,
was it something that taken away or something?
Right. It was there when I started practicing law long time ago, 29 years ago. I used to see those green cards though.
Okay.
So those green cards didn't used to have any expiration date though. But later on, they came up saying that everybody has to renew their green cards if it's been approved after a certain time. Now, for us, we got the green cards with a 10-year validity period.
Right.
That doesn't mean that a lot of people, I want to make them understand that when you get a 10-year validity period, doesn't mean it's only valid for 10 years. You can still use it afterwards if you are within the United States. But you just need to go online, fill a thing called I-90, and you'll get a fresh green card. That's all.
Oh, okay.
But for these elderly people, though, long time ago, when they applied for the green card, they gave it with no expiration date at all. But they still needed to apply for the renewal. She or he, that elderly citizen, can apply for the citizenship even without renewing it. I suggest doing both though.
Okay.
There is also one exemption though. People who are being in the country on a green card for 15 years as a green card holder, there is an exception for them for English requirement though.
Okay.
Remember, we have to go through the English test and all those things. Their English test is not there. They're exempt if it's more than 15 years. I just want this particular person to remind this elderly green card holder about this particular thing, that even if they don't know English, they can still get the citizenship.
Got it. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 0371. We're ready for you. Caller with phone number ending in 0371. Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. Hello? *6.
Hi, Nitya. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Go ahead, please. Sir, again, *6 to unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you for taking my call. I had a question about the H4 processing and EB2. Basically, my current EB2 is approved under priority date of September 2016. I was wondering if this would be a good time to change job.
I would not change it until September, until about May of 2023 if I were you. Now that's just, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling what I would do. The reason is that in the last quarter of 2021, they adjudicated 80,000 plus cases though. I have the numbers here somewhere. In the whole year though, they only adjudicated 75,000 cases though. So assuming if they would do the same thing this second, third, and fourth quarter though, I mean, they can fill out the whole 290,000 green cards. If that happens, things may move faster. We don't know what the strategies that they're doing, how they're processing. We only got the quarterly report, first quarter report, which they only adjudicated about 30,000 green cards though. We don't know about second quarter, which actually ended in March of 2022. We are going to get the results of them in June. That's when we are able to figure it out what's going on. So if they keep on adjudicating it 80,000, 90,000, just like the way last year they did it, we may actually complete the entire inventory that is there. And as of October of 2021, though, September 30th, there are only 245,000 green cards pending there. So there's a lot of hope there. I'm not going to move if I were you. But don't come back to this show 1 year down the lane or 2 years down the lane. Rahul, you told me that not to change. I did not change. This is just a prediction. This is just the reason why I always say I will do what I'll do instead of telling you what to do. Okay?
A quick follow-up question. So would it be possible to change job within the same company on a similar profile, or does that not work?
Depends on what kind of company you work, what kind of lawyer you have. If you're working with FANG companies, they are fine with it. If you have a lawyer like me, and a lot of other good lawyers are there, then it should not be a problem. But There are some lawyers who says you cannot. I don't know where they come up with that rule, but that's only to benefit their own self. The law does not say anything about it. If a natural increment in the job is, and in a similar profession is perfectly okay. But if it's an unnatural thing, though, that's definitely cause a problem. For example, the other gentleman, first time I ever said that to anybody is that the guy is moving from a software developer job to a professor, though. That's definitely doesn't look to be a natural promotion to the job, though. But if you're going from Java to SAP, software developer to architect and your own architect, not the buildings guy, the one who buildings, according to me, you're good.
Okay. So one last question. I'm changing the address where I live, and my H4 for wife is the thing.
That's going to be a problem, though. I don't know if you can maintain both the addresses until the EAD comes in. What the report that comes is after you submit the AR11 to request the change of address, the online system takes about 2 to 3 months to transfer it, though. If in the meantime you get the EAD approval, you may go to the old address. The unfortunate thing is that when you do the transfer of mail to your new address, unfortunately the immigration mail doesn't get transferred.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next person, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Shraddha Tyagi. It says priority date is April 2012, I think. Refiled in EB2 on March 21st, 22 in NBC. Received all receipts along with the 485J. Medicals assent and biometrics reused on 4/4. Any idea how much time NBC may take to approve the case if no RFE came?
Very quickly, very good chances that things may be adjudicated, though, because the biometrics have been reused. So some officer is already working on it.
Okay.
So very good chance, but you never know. I mean, there are cases that we filed in February that got approved in April. There are cases that we filed in March that got approved in May. But there are some cases that we filed in October of 2021 that are still pending in National Benefit Center.
Got it.
But overall rate of approval for the people who have been filing from October or September of 2021 to right now, especially they all ended up, if it's ended, most of them ended up in National Benefit Center is way, 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 way higher than that of what we filed in November and December of 2020.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 6766. 6766, Andy. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir?
Yeah. How are you, Rahul and Nitya?
Hello, sir. We're good. Please go ahead. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. My question is, I wanted to understand under what circumstances a husband can remove wife from the I-485?
Divorce. After the divorce. Not just because you have a fight because she didn't make a good curry. You cannot. But only after divorce is final, you can definitely remove it at that time.
Okay. Before that, under any other situation?
No, because it may go against you if you try to do anything, especially in the divorce and other things. If you make any wrong statements, I would not advise. Because she's still your wife, so only after the divorce is final, you can send the divorce notice to the USCIS office. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next.
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from JS. Says, if we enter US on advance parole, can we use our H4 EAD for work and for extensions of H4 and H4 EAD as well without going to Canada or Mexico?
You can. They are allowing it USCIS, so we had no problem with that. Okay. The only difficulty that ever comes is if you want to refile the entire 485 application, that's when we would want you to go to Mexico and Canada and come back.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 0927. We're ready for you. 0927. Please press *6 and to unmute your line. Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 0927. Hello? Please press *6. Hello? Yes, ma'am?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Mandy?
Yeah, we can hear you,
Can
ma'am.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
First of all, thank you very much, Andy. You guys are helping us a lot. And secondly, currently I'm on H1B. I did my first extension. I got my I-140 approval in the month of February in the year 2022 only. Right now waiting for a EAD for my husband. And my dad is serious. His condition is critical. I want to go to India for my H1B stamping. I will be going to India H1B stamping for the first time in 13 years. I haven't been to India so far. So this will be my first time going. So what all, I don't know how things are right now. What do you suggest at this point?
When did you first came into the United States?
I entered in the year 2007 in 2007 September.
Yeah, as long as you get an appointment to go there for stamping, though, things are in a favorable condition right now. Things are in a favorable condition right now. 2007 is actually 15 years that you're in the country. The only thing that you may not be eligible for the drop box because you have been given the visa before 2008. So you definitely have to go for an appointment. If you get an appointment, though, I don't see much problem in it. I mean, this is one of the best favorable time that I have seen from 2010 onwards to right now of getting the stamping in India right now. The only problem is getting the appointment. Otherwise, I don't see much problems there. The fact that you have an I-140 approval will not have any negative impact whatsoever at all in you getting the H-1B stamping.
Okay, Andy. Yeah, okay, Andy.
We'll go to the next call.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Thank you. All right, let's take our next caller. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Pranay Dua. Says, does refiling 485 under EB2 guarantee that the case will go to NBC instead of Texas or Nebraska? As I heard, all cases are now getting transferred to NBC. My priority date is September 23rd of 2013.
Right now, Nitya Garu, there is no guarantee, but in the past 3 months, whatever we have filed, every case, if it's a straight case, has gone to the National Benefit Center.
Interesting. Okay. So, Pranay, if you're watching this, then all the very best. And on that note, let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 2307, Andy. We're ready for you. *6 to unmute your line. Please. 2307. Hello?
Hello. Nitya Garu, can you hear me, Andy?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Yeah, we can hear you.
I have a couple of questions, Andy. So one is going to India at this moment, I don't see that is a right time because my brother went to India. He did masters and he got his H1 and he went to Dropbox and he got T221G. Then he got an email from them to attend the interview. He went to attend the interview and he did that. Again, they were like 5535 processing. They were like, like taking a lot of time to process that, and you might need to file the mandamus and all that. So it's like a crazy time going on. That's the one thing. And I don't know what else we can do there. I want to hear from you.
Thank you for the information, though. Definitely, people feed the information to me. I take into consideration all those things. I am looking into the overall, first thing I want to advise other people is that I look into the overall picture, though. Every single day, I speak almost with 50 people, different people, you and other people. So I get the feedback from all the people personally. Based on that, I tell people to go, this is the best time to go because one, there was no Dropbox availability for most of the people before. People changing from F1 to H1 and H1 to H4 to H1. The Dropbox availability was never there. And the Dropbox, and that's one reason. Yeah. Now, coming to your brother's case, though, I think so you should take the advice. You should consult a lawyer privately to look into why. What is this? You said I-5? What is that they issued?
5535 that require they are gathering the information of what he done all these years in the US.
Yeah.
It's like a 221G white slip, I would say.
I got it. I would recommend to consult a lawyer to go over the issues to see. I'm sorry.
You Rahul, like Reddy Newman team handle that too?
Yeah, I would recommend to contact Stephen Brown in our office. He is the person who handles these things.
Okay.
Okay. Okay then.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. And other question, Andy, I have.
Go ahead.
I have one more question, sir. So, so because of all these reasons, I recently accepted a full-time offer with a new employer. And I was with my old employer around
because of all these reasons, I'm sorry, you only told about your brother's story. You did not tell me what your story is.
Yeah, so if I go to India, if I'm in consulting, they are asking so many things. I don't want to get stuck there if I visit India, any critical situation for anything. So that's the reason I accepted a full-time with the client company, like major companies, like we would say AT&T, Verizon, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but you know, looking at the movement in the EB2, my priority date is 2017 June. Okay. And, you know, I'm thinking about, since I accepted this offer, can I again do the concurrent H-1B with my employer A, where I'm with him long back, so that I can have both options, even though my new employer initiating the GC, whether it is ready or not, I can go back to my old employer when it's time. So do I need to tell both employer A and B doing a concurrent H-1? Is there any, like a non-competence or clause like that I can face the issue by doing that?
I don't know about non-competence clause. So with regards to the immigration, they are fine with it. They don't have any problem with it. Do you need to inform company B and company A? The company A is the consulting company. You need to inform company A, which is consulting company. You don't need to inform AT&T, which is company B. You're under no obligation to inform as far as immigration is concerned. Yes, if you move to AT&T and if your consulting company is still okay to proceed with your green card and they can parallelly file an H-1B for a concurrent filing, they can, and then you can get a green card through that company. Absolutely not a problem. Now, there's another thing though. Even though you move to AT&T, can company A still file the 485 application if you're not working for the company? The answer is yes, they can still file it.
But what they're ideally doing is, because of the audit, they are revoking the I-140s because they are getting audits from USCIS. They are revoking the I-140s.
They are not getting any audits from USCIS, guys. They aren't. That's not true. What they are getting is called ability to pay. They have to show the ability to pay for the company. So that's the reason why if you work for the company, they will not withdraw it. If they don't work for the company, depending on the income tax returns of the company, they may withdraw it. So that's up to the companies though. If they want to keep you, they can. If they don't want to keep you, okay. We'll go to the next
sorry,
question.
I might confuse you. I might confuse you a little bit, but I accepted the AT&T offer, but my H-1B is filed. So since my primary employer is AT&T now, and do I need to file a concurrent H-1 with my consultancy, the old one? That's my question.
If you want to work for both the companies, you have to file a concurrent H-1B. Otherwise, you cannot work for both the companies. We'll go to the next caller, Andy.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Nikhil Gandhi. Says, traveling to UK on advance parole. Says, I have a UK visa and I'm planning to visit there for 1 week and come back to the US on an advance parole. Have you heard of any airline not allowing to enter USA on advance parole?
No. Every airline that I know, I've never heard airlines rejecting. So you can definitely come back and advance parole. And if they normally have any doubt when these airline people, there are new officers coming in, they're working in the airlines though. They normally have a supervisor within them. And they go to the supervisor. And if the supervisor also cannot figure it out, if this person needs to be allowed or not, they have a direct number to CBP. They scan the advance parole and send it to the CBP officer. Hey, is this guy allowed into the country? And the CBP officer will respond appropriately and then you're allowed to come.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 5300. We're ready for you. 5300. Hello.
Hi, Nitya and Rahul. Thank you for your service.
Thank you so
hi.
much.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, ma'am. Please go ahead. Yeah.
I have a question. I filed my I-485 and got biometrics appointment. I noticed that in my education certificates, I used initials instead of middle name and last name, but I missed to mention that one in I-485 form. So if I give this missed name in biometrics application worksheet, will it create any issue?
No, it will not create an issue. You're good. You have a chance to correct it. You can put that initial there.
Okay.
I want to explain the other people what she's speaking about is that in the 485 application, guys, let's say, for example, your name is Rahul, Rahul V. Reddy. So they will also ask the question, have you ever used any other names though? So then I can list it out like I have used Venkat as my first name, Rahul as my middle name, Reddy as a last name, and vice versa too. There will be an option to do it. What this lady is telling is that she did not use it. Can she correct it at the time when she goes to the advanced, to the biometrics because they ask the same question? Yes, they do. It's a good option for you to correct it. Because what happens, ma'am, when they do the background checks though, they use this biometrics and they will check with that RV. Did you use? Is there any person who fits into that profile who is a terrorist or something like that? So it's a very good option for you to correct it at this time, and it's not going to create any problem for your 485 now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. So folks, I know there's a lot of people still waiting on the live chat and on the caller's line, but unfortunately we're all out of time today. I'd like to take another moment to thank you all for being so patient with us and, bearing with us through our technical issues today. But hopefully we have everything sorted out from here on, and then, we should not encounter any such problems anymore. And I really give you my heartfelt thanks for that. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, for being on the show.
Thank you.
And for always being so direct with all of our viewers, and I'm sure they love that. That's why they keep calling back. And to all our viewers, we'll be back same time, same place next week. And until then, stay safe, stay happy, and we'll see you guys at the same time. Sorry, I'm stammering today. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ వారి గోల్డ్ ప్రామిస్ తో కురుస్తోంది బంగారు నాణాల వర్షం. గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్ ఆభరణాలు కొనుగోలు చేసి బంగారు నాణాలని ఉచితంగా తప్పకుండా పొందండి. త్వరపడండి. మీ దగ్గరలోని స్టోర్ కి వెళ్లి ప్రత్యేకమైన జ్యువెలరీ కలెక్షన్ ని ప్రత్యేకమైన ధరల్లో పొందండి. కేవలం మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ తో మాత్రమే.
మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూజెర్సీ కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27 నుంచి మే 29 వరకు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. మత్తెక్కించే మాటలు, ఆకట్టుకునే ఆటలు, పల్లవించే పాటలు,
కన్నులాంటి కన్నులున్న జున్నులాంటి పిల్ల, ఐ లవ్ యూ హారిక, నీ ప్రేమకి జోహారిక,
రూతలూగించే నృత్యాలు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి ప్రత్యేక ఆకర్షణగా నిలవనున్నాయి. రసమయి బృందం జానపదాలు, పల్లె పదాలతో అలరించనుంది. మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి సుమా రవి తమ యాంకరింగ్ తో మరింత ఆకర్షణ తీసుకురానున్నారు. రాక్ స్టార్ దేవిశ్రీ ప్రసాద్ ఆధ్వర్యంలో ప్రముఖ గాయని గీతామాధురి, గాయని గాయకుల బృందం సంగీత విభావరి వీణుల విందుగా వినిపించనుంది. సుస్వరాల సునీత గానం మరో ప్రత్యేకం. కప్రిషియో బ్యాండ్ బాజా మోగనుంది. ఈవెంట్ లో నవ్వులు రువ్వే అదిరే అభి, రాకెట్ రాఘవ, జబర్దస్త్ కామెడీ షో స్పెషల్ అట్రాక్షన్. కమనీయంగా రమణీయంగా యాదాద్రి కళ్యాణం నిర్వహించనున్నారు. టీటీఏ స్టార్ హంటుతో పాటు ప్రేక్షకులకు కనువిందు చేసే ఎన్నో ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు మీకోసం. మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ అందరికీ సాదర స్వాగతం పలుకుతోంది. For more details, please visit www.ttaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు